Hello, my loves. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome into this reading for the new moon in Virgo. So if you are new to my readings, hello and welcome in. It may feel aligned for you to check out my how to get the most out of my readings tutorial video. It'll take you through a deep dive into how to get the most out of what we're doing here. It's not necessary, but the invitation is there for you. For those who are not new, hello and welcome back in. It means a lot for me to have you here. I really enjoy supporting the loved ones that I have in this life, all of the human collective that tunes in. And it's really a great gift to be able to support you this way. So thank you so much for being here. And it's an honor to support you through this beautiful process that's unfolding. So let's talk about new moon energy. The moon becomes new every 28 days. Every time it's in a different place in the sky. So it's in a different astrological sign. So what this means is every month we get to start anew and we get to focus on something different every month. I like to, in my videos, dive deep into where this moon phase really wants us to focus. We'll get into that in a minute, but let's talk a little bit about the Virgo energy. Virgo is the archetype of the maiden. It's a very helpful, precise, reliable, analytical, and observant vibration. If you want to learn more about Virgo and how it influences your chart, please check out my Virgo solar readings. Those will help you understand where this energy is in your life and help you expand on that energy in a deeper way. So it's very interesting here that this moon phase is happening in 4 degrees, 4 minutes of Virgo. It's a very precise degree point. It's also happening on August 27th at 4:17. There's some interesting things going on with these numbers as well. The most interesting is that 1 plus 7, the 17, equals 8. So you have 4 and then you have an 8. And 8, of course, reduces to 4. And we also have the 4 degrees, 4 minutes. So it's kind of an echoing of that. There's a lot of other little nuances here, but we won't dive into those. I just thought it was really cute how the Virgo energy was like, I'm going to be very precise here. The 4 is a very stable, reliable number as well. So it's very interesting that that's the number that's kind of being highlighted and focused by the Virgo energy. Now, a moon phase typically goes from one new moon to another new moon, unless there's an eclipse, but we'll talk about those when they happen. So for this moon phase, the cycle is from August 27th until September 25th. So the reading that we're doing here, the advice for it is going to be valid for you during that cycle, during that phase. So this is the time frame with which to keep this advice at the forefront of your mind. There's going to be 2 readings for you. We're going to be drawing an affirmation card from the Super Attractor deck, and you're going to get 2 affirmations, most of you. There's 2 different things that the Virgo energy wanted us to look up. I think this is because they want to be very precise and give you very specifically directed affirmations and guidance with how this moon phase is showing up for you. So the 2 things that they want you to be aware of and relate this advice to are, the first one is the degree point that the moon is happening for you. So Virgo, you're looking for this symbol, the M with the little, I look at it as like legs crossed, because the maiden crosses her legs. I don't know, that's how it works in my head. It's at 4 degrees, 4 minutes. So let's stop there. If you do not know how to find where Virgo 4 degrees, 4 minutes happens in your chart, please take a break. Please go ahead and watch my tutorial video for how to find your birth information on astro.com. It's definitely worth diving deep into this information because it'll help you understand how to read your chart, how to interact with my readings moving forward, and it'll just give you a little bit more understanding of the birth chart itself and how it applies to you. If you do not know your birth time, a lot of people stop when they hear that they need their birth time because they don't know it. I have a tutorial video that'll take you through that process. Please go ahead and do that because it's so important for you to be able to work with this information, this blueprint of what was going on in the astrological weather when you first took your breath into this life. Okay, so you're going to be looking for what house Virgo 4 degrees 4 minutes occurs in your chart. if you have trouble figuring this out after you've watched that tutorial video, please reach out to me. I will give you some help and assistance. So you're looking for the house that Virgo 4 degrees 4 minutes shows up. You're going to watch the tutorial video for that. So if you're not in that video yet, that's fine. All of these introductions are the same. You're going to watch the reading that aligns with the house and aligns with where the moon was when you were born, which sign. So you're looking for this symbol, the moon symbol, on your astrological chart, and you're looking for what sign it was in when you were born. Again, you should be able to understand and find this if you watch that tutorial video. If not, again, you can go ahead and ask questions. All right, my loves, now it's time to dive deeper into your reading. So go ahead and watch the one for your house first, and then go ahead and watch the one for your moon sign second. So this reading is for you if your 4 degrees, 4 minutes of Virgo shows up in the 8th house, or if your moon is in the sign of Scorpio. Either way, this advice from the Super Attractor deck by Gabrielle Bernstein applies to you. And then we're going to dive in deeper with how to really resonate this with the house and the moon signs. But this is for both of you. What is the affirmation? Yes. Let me get the card here for you. There. I feel my way into faith one step at a time. I love this affirmation. So for you, the question to be considering this month is your faith. What does faith mean to you? How can you take one step toward deepening your faith this month? The Virgo energy, this beautiful, innocent, precise, analytical, observant vibration, is bringing into your awareness the faith aspect of your being. It's really important at this time for you to just take one step after another and walk toward something that helps you deepen your faith. This is a big theme for you. This is what's becoming new for you. Look, we even have kind of like a new moon here. Over here. Nope, over here. And so this is a really important new beginning, new relationship with your faith, new relationship to deepening your faith, and it's going to take one step at a time for you. So just allow yourself this month, this lunar phase. When I say month, I always mean the cycle through which we are in. So this one's till September 25th again. This entire lunar phase, it's time for you to really focus on what steps you can take. Be practical about it. That's the Virgo energy. Very, very practical. Very, very analytical, like I said. So analyze how you can deepen your faith and then take some sort of action to help ground that into your experience. That's all I have for the general part of this guidance, this affirmation. I'm going to dive into the 8th house reading and talk a little bit more about that. So if you're here for the moon in Scorpio, just scroll ahead to where it says moon in Scorpio interpretation or reading or whatever I decide to caption it afterwards. Okay. 8th house. So Virgo, 4 degrees 4 minutes was in your 8th house. This is very interesting in combination with this affirmation because the 8th house rules death and sexuality. It's the house. So the houses always are the place in your life, the location in your life where these energies express. So right now the moon is kind of pinging the area of your life that deals with death and sexuality, with transformation, the occult, your spouse's money, other people's money, inheritance, rebirth. So there's a rebirth into a new faith for you, a transformation into a new faith for you occurring. This is a beautiful, beautiful energy here, and we will be moving soon, well, in a few months, into the Scorpio energy. So this is kind of like a ping to get you working on this area of your life kind of prior to it coming into full focus. And because Scorpio rules the 8th house, by the way. That's why these videos are organized the way that they are. I'm kind of subtly helping you to learn how these houses and how these signs kind of relate to each other. So I'll dive into that more as we continue our journey here, our astrology and card reading journey and our education journey into ourselves. And I'm always learning more about astrology myself. And there's no one right definition. There's no one right school of thought when it comes to astrology, when it comes to diving into here. So I encourage you to have your own exploration, your own definitions, your own resonance here. Find out where this is happening in your life and really embrace this dive into a deeper faith. So it could mean joining a community, a faith community. It could be reading a book to help deepen your understanding of your current faith or to dive into a faith that you've always wanted to explore. It could be having a conversation with a friend or a mentor or a person who is deeper into their faith or the faith of your choice. Because it's really a rebirth for you. It's really a transformation. It's wanting to happen. It's wanting to occur. And there's a lot of beauty here. Occult means magic. Or I think actually occult means like not part of the common culture. It's like outside of the culture, occult, I think. So you might be exploring a lesser known faith, because this is in the 8th house, and the 8th house rules that vibration, that energy. It could be just a mainstream faith as well. Again, your own pings, your own, I call them pings, but it's like you light up, or you have a knowing within you, or like something happens to draw your attention to it. Like sometimes I will cough or sneeze when there's like an important thought that I've had or awareness that's come through. So just pay attention to how you're being guided to focus on your faith. There's some sort of faith here that wants you to dive deeper into it, because one step at a time, you're going to experience a beautiful transformation in your heart, in your life, in your faith. And it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful journey. And as with all journeys, they start with one step at a time. So I'm wishing you so much love and support on this new journey. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out and go ahead and watch the video for the moon sign that's relevant to you. You don't have to watch the whole thing. Remember, you can just skip over the introduction, watch the card reading, and then skip ahead to the moon reading for whichever video is relevant for you. All right, 8th house. As always, namaste for now. The universal light within me salutes and honors the universal light within you. Namaste. Moon in Scorpio. Hello. So the moon was in Scorpio when you were born. Awesome. The moon rules your emotions, and your emotions have the quality of the Scorpion archetype. So the archetype of the Scorpio is the Scorpion. It also has the energy of the Phoenix. So it's a very transformative energy. It's ruled by the energies of, it's a dynamic energy, it's an observant energy, it's an unyielding energy, a passionate energy, and a resourceful energy. I'm looking at these and wondering if I have the right ones. Scorpio. I guess that feels right for Scorpio. Sorry, loves. Give me a second here. So the energy of Scorpio is a very mystical, beautiful vibration. If you think of the time of year that Scorpio occurs, it's during the Halloween season. And so there is this beautiful thinning of the veil energy, this beautiful magical energy. And this card for me is really guiding you to how important your faith is to your heart, because the emotions are the heart. And your emotions are really wanting you to dive deeper into your faith. So I think about the scorpion, and I think about it being in the desert, and how does it get to water? It is a water sign, right? Which is kind of interesting, right? But it has to dive deep into the sand to get even a drop of water. And this is what you're being encouraged to do. You're being encouraged one step at a time to dive deeper into your faith, to get the gift of the emotional expression. Scorpio, like I said, is a water sign. And so water signs are emotional signs in general. But again, because we have this energy of the scorpion, which has this kind of desert landscape that has to go search for the deep emotions within, you're being guided to that. And there's some sort of faith that you're being called to seek. Okay? For you, the water in this analogy that you're diving through the sand to get to is some sort of faith that you are choosing at this time to dig deeper into. So you need to know for yourself what that faith is. And maybe you dive deeper by studying with a mentor, or reading a book about that faith, or going to a community gathering with people who are practicing that faith, or listening to a podcast about it, or watching a documentary on it. And from there, from the diving deeper into the subject, you're going to understand for yourself what the next steps are. And if you don't, just ask your heart. Your heart is the ruler here. The moon phases are always about our emotional sides, our emotional lives. And so we're diving into a new journey here with the new moon to really get a new relationship with this faith that you're diving deeper into. One step at a time. There's no rush here. You don't have to become an ascended master in that faith. And it might not be a traditional faith. It may be something that's a little bit occult, because that is one of the energies of the scorpion archetype. And occult, I believe, just means counter to the current culture, but I actually might need to look that up because I don't know 100%. You're seeing a little bit of my imperfections show through. I actually got the message with the Virgo solar season that was an aligned way for me to move forward. So I'm letting my imperfections show more and more. So here I am. Yeah. I think this is it. Yes. Yeah, I think I'm complete here, my beautiful moon in Scorpios. As always, feel free to comment. I hope you already watched your house reading. See if these two kind of combine, or if you're going to process them separately, whatever feels better to you based on what came through. So if diving deeper into a faith will help you with the other affirmation that you received, great. Help you in that area of your life, the house energies and areas, great. If not, just keep them separate. But definitely be sure to apply both of them this lunar phase. And again, reach out if you have any questions. As always, namaste. The universal light within me salutes and honors that universal light within me. Namaste.